Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
Donald Trump has never won against a man. That's all.
Woke people need psychiatrists, not face masks. Hello and welcome to another video. We're just checking on Looney Tunes today. That thumbs up button, hit it.
They're about to garnish our wages. They really know how to just ruin your day. The US government hates everybody here. Y'all, as of May 5th, they're taking 15% of your wages towards student loans. Y'all, I've been ignoring student loans since I've been in school. If y'all know how much I owe in student loan, y'all would think I went to school to be a lawyer. And it's a degree that wasn't even providing me a decent lifestyle. I was just living off vibes. So you mean to tell me I went to school and y'all lied to me? Y'all wanted me to go out there and do triple the work to get a degree. Y'all, I owe so much money. I'm in Texas, so we don't have state tax. 15%. Hell, you might as well go ahead and add 5 more. Add 10, because that's the state tax. I cannot believe this. I just had to pull over, y'all. My head started throbbing. I'm about to get a headache. They're doing this in a couple of weeks, y'all. I gotta go do deferment. I gotta go do something, y'all. We can't get away from this. People are even already saying that their credit score has dropped from a 700 something to a 500 something. Oh my gosh, my credit score. 15%, whether you have it or not, as of May 5th. So long as you have money in your bank account, they are taking it. Financial aid just called me the other day and I hung up on them. Not in the mood, don't have it. I'm living off life. I'm vibing.
No one forced you to do anything. You chose to go to school on loans. You can choose to pay your debt.
I'm gonna keep posting about this all day because this is bullshit. I went and logged into my federal loan account and this is what I found. I graduated in 2011 with $46,000 in student loan debt. My loan debt is now almost $90,000. In that time, I've been a social worker that has made income-based repayments on my loan for years, and that shit has almost doubled. You wanna know why people are pissed off about their student loans? It's not because we can't get anyone else to pay them for us. It is because you have set it up where we can never pay them off ourselves. And then you sit here and tell us into our faces that we are lazy, this is somehow our fault, while cheering on banks and auto industries and Elon Musk getting subsidies of millions of dollars a day. Anyone who still doesn't see that this is rigged against us can get...
It's been 14 years. You're a social worker. You could pay it off if you want to.
I know what to do. Bone Bear, can I ask you a big favor? Hi, little Bone Bear. Bone Ball, over by the ferry, has been being really rude. And I was wondering if you might tonight come on by and maybe just eat Bone Ball. Just eat him. Her, sorry. I don't remember. What are Bone Ball's pronouns? I know mine. What are your...
You know that sound from The Office? What the hell is that? Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I have a trans kid, okay? And, like, my 7-year-old son is, like, in the middle, like, of medically transitioning. And, like, you know, I live in New York, so it's a friendly state. And it's an accepting state, and it's a sanctuary state for trans kids. But now that Donald Trump and JD Vance are coming in, like, they're gonna, like, stop my kid from getting the hormones that, like, she needs to medically transition. My kid's been exposed to a very, like, progressive learning environment, and a lot of the stuff that my son Carl watches on television, it really shows, like, the power of inclusion, the power of love, the power of, like, accepting, like, all people. That kind of helped my son Carl realize that, like, she's really a girl, and, like, her name is Carla, and now, like, Trump and JD Vance are gonna stop my kid from, like, taking the hormones that she needs to be the woman that I know she wants to be. Like, it is fast.
I like how he started by calling his kid a son. That's what he is. What's with that mask? BLM plus transgenderism. Double the brain rot.
Goodness, what has brought me the most joy? The most joy. It's, you know, getting out of the shower and the towels around your waist and you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're just like, there I am. I'm not having all these little moments that used to be just being in a t-shirt. It's touch my chest and feel comfortable in my body for probably the first time.
Looks like a mental breakdown and regret to me, but what do I know?
Story time on how politics ruined my last relationship. So let me set the scene for you. I was dating this guy. We'd been dating for 5 months. And in those 5 months, I was told by my friends, Zoe, he lives in Indiana. He's a Republican. I was like, politics don't matter to me. What was I wrong? And so I was like, it's fine. I don't care. I'm gonna get to know him first. We'll decide later. So then, we kind of start talking about it. I'm a very liberal woman. So I am obviously like very much, everyone knows that I'm a liberal woman. My brother's gay. All my friends are gay. Also like abortion rights, female rights. But anyways, so I would like always ask him, I'd be like, what's your politics? Like, where do you lean? And he was just like, well, like socially, I'm a liberal, but economically, I'm a Republican. Also, he was a 28-year-old man. That's the first red flag, because if there's a 28-year-old man and he's single, there's a reason that he's single. But anyways, so then I'm like, well, like what makes you, economically Republican? Because like I could give you a whole bunch of facts right now that prove that you shouldn't be. And he was like, all of his info is from his friends. And I was like, you get all your information from your redneck friends. Obviously, you can't trust them. You need to do the research yourself. And if you do the research, I told him, I was like, I'll support you based on your decision if you actually research it yourself. Like, I won't care if you're a Republican. But anyways, and so he was like, Zoe, I have much better things to do than research politics. Like, I have way more important things to do. Okay, saying that to me is absolutely insane, but go off, king. I also just didn't care at that point. And so I kind of put it on the back burner. I was like, I can't take this right now. Well, then we get into a little spat a couple days before election day, and we almost broke up. And so I was like, nah, it's fine, I'll give him one more chance, blah, 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 blah. Well, then election day rolls around, and well, actually, before this, he was not registered to vote. He had never voted before, and he told me that he wanted to vote in this election. And I was like, okay, cool, do the research, but that's a whole other thing. And so the voter registration deadline was approaching. I could tell he was going to vote against me, let's just say it like that. And so I was like, he is not gonna make an educated decision on who he votes for, so guess what? I'm not gonna remind him of this voter registration deadline. So then it passed. He didn't register to vote, so there we go. It was saved. He wasn't gonna vote. I wouldn't have to deal with it then. But then we got into that little spat, and I was like, let me try one more time. Let me see if he's learned anything from me. And I asked him point blank on election day, I'm like, so who would you have voted for if you would have voted in this election? He was like, I would have voted independent. And I was like, Do you know that how harmful and basically wasteful that is? And also like check your privilege by saying you're gonna vote independently. And he was like, wow, Zoe, I cannot believe that you think my vote would have been a waste. Because it is a waste. Look at Philadelphia. All those independent voters could have put us over the edge and could have helped Kamala win. That's another story. And so I was like trying to tell him, I was like, listen, that's harmful. You have to make a decision, because the way that our voting works, like the two-party system, is a joke. You have to pick a side. The independent party never has a chance. So you have to pick a side. And we got into a huge argument about it. And I was like, you know what? This is my last straw. Again, I'm a very liberal woman. I have to date someone that is on the same page as me, because I can't disagree with someone on something that is so important to me for the rest of my life. I fully respect Republicans. I understand that you want to vote that way, but for me, I don't want to marry you and I don't want to date you. So we ended it. And no regrets. I've been single ever since. It was awesome. It's been awesome.
When she's 40 and reeks of cats and sadness, this video will come back to haunt her.
Sophia, my pronouns are she, her, and I am a transgender lesbian. A lesbian, of course, is a woman who dates other women, so I, as a transgender woman, only date women. The most common response I get to this is, well, why would you transition if you're still just gonna date women? But that's where we need to understand that sexuality and gender are very different. Gender and gender expression are about who you are and how you present yourself, whereas your sexuality is who you love. And those two things have nothing to do with each other. So be who you are, love who you love, but most importantly, love yourself.
Come on, Sophia. We are bit calling you a she.
I have this issue where I find almost no men attractive. Like, it's really, really annoying because I speak to a lot of men, right? I'm very social. I love to talk. I find almost no one attractive. So, like, there's just, like, it just doesn't go anywhere, like, ever. I get asked on dates, I'm like, no, pass. And then when I do find someone attractive, I'm like, I'm obsessed with you. I need you. If I don't have you, I'm gonna feel unwell. Like, I need them because it's so rare at this point that it, like, makes it extremely difficult. Or, like, even if they are attractive, like, even if, like, yeah, you're a pretty face, I just don't care to speak to them. Like, if I want to speak to someone, I will non-stop be thinking about, like, texting them or having a conversation with them. But it's so rare. Like, it's so rare, and I just want to have a cute little fun crush and like whatever, but I can't even have a crush anymore because I'm just like, boring, like not interested, no desire for it. I need to like go to the gym.
It's always the mid-5s.
I'll be talking about my unsuccessful top surgery. I should have done this yesterday, but you know, hindsight. Don't want to see that. Get the f*** out of here. But yeah, these are my results. Not what I wanted, not what I asked for, not even the type of surgery that I asked for. I asked for T-anchor. I do not have that surgery stitch. So yeah, something went wrong. And I just like to talk about it every once in a while. I don't have nearly any means to be able to get the revision, especially since I do not trust the surgeon to touch me again. But anyways, essentially what happened with my surgery is that I got surgery in 2020, which is hectic enough. But I went through my insurance, and very little people took my insurance, and I also don't trust men, so I went with a girl, and yeah, it just did not go well for me. Oops. And it's definitely something that I've had to, like, work through and, like, mentally cope with over the years, and it's not something easily copeable, because it genuinely was a nightmare to wake up and still have a chest, because I actually got to see my chest right away, and even right away I was like, hey, this doesn't look right, but, you know, I had to wait until I was more healed for that to be addressed. But even then, I was like, I don't trust you. You told my partner I was flat. You told me that you would follow, you know, I wanted T-anchor, I wanted to be as flat as possible, but no, they just gave me a reduction and a little bit of masculinization, and that's not what I wanted. So, just letting you know that, like, it's not the end of the world to get a botched top surgery. You can go back and get another one, although it sucks if you don't get the revision from the surgeon, who usually they offer free revisions, because it's very common for things to not be exactly the way you want them to be the first time around. However, this is unacceptable, in my opinion. This is crazy. I didn't want anything like this, and so it's something I have to live with. And, you know, might as well use it to educate people and to let them learn from my mistakes.
Don't trust men, but she wants to be one. LOL.
22 years old, and I have about $100,000 worth of debt to my name. $55,000 of that debt is towards my car loan. So this is the car in all of its glory. It's a 2022 Ford Bronco. Love this car. The top comes off. You just love capitalism so much. Interest rate on my loan is about 10%. I have no idea what that means, nor do I care, honestly. I'm already in this hole. Might as well sit in it, you know? I was making a lot of money off the internet. I had a good credit score. I had a lot of monthly income, so I got approved for a large car loan, and I decided to buy this car. Do I look absolutely good driving this car? Yes, I do. But that is not the reason why I bought this car. I bought this car to look cool, to impress people, and that's simply not true. I bought this car because it's been my dream car forever, and I finally had the means to buy it. Was it my best financial decision? No, obviously not, but I'm definitely gonna be driving this car forever. I can see my kids learning how to drive in this car. The downside to this car though, I spend a lot of money on gas. Probably spend like $120, $130 every single week. I'm not getting rid of it. I already put so much money into the car that it does not make sense for me to sell it. If I did sell it, I would only sell it for less than what's remaining on my car loan. I know you guys hate to see a young girl drive a nice car, but at the end of the day, I bought this car all by myself with no co-signers, no help from my parents. You live and you learn, okay?
22 years old? Yeah, you're fried. Good luck with that.
What are you running away for? What was that about?
White people are inferior.
White people are inferior?
I did that because I wanted to call the police. You
throw food at my girlfriend who's white because white people are inferior?
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say to you. Call the police, it's fine. Are you going to keep following me?
Yeah, I'm going to keep following you.
And what are you going to do?
We'll find out where you work. Yeah, we'll. You're going to go viral.
I don't want to be in handcuffs.
No, I'm sorry. You should have kicked off there. I told you to stand where you are.
She also got fired from her job.
So you all believe that anyone can be a woman just because they say so. So you know what? I'm a woman. I'm a trans woman. Yeah. Your identity is yours to shape as you like. Okay, I'm a trans woman now. Okay, cool. I love that for you. I'm she, her now. Great. Actually, I changed my mind. My pronouns are splort, spleet now. Yeah, valid. And you have to correct people when they misgender me. You have to go, excuse me, splort's pronouns are actually splort, spleet. If that's what you want me to do for you, yeah, okay. Okay, so like I could just put the stress on now, huh? If you want. It's your body. Well, I'm gonna. Great, I'm proud of you. Do I look good? Am I pretty now? You're beautiful. You know, I was just joking about my pronouns being splort, spleet. That's not what they are. Okay, well, when you know, let me know, please. So, like, y'all just accept people for who they are, even if that changes? Yeah, that's the idea.
This is laughable.
I'm here. I'm here. And I know you're scared. I know you don't know what to do. But I've got you and I won't leave you. And I love you and I'm so sorry that you're scared. But it's okay to feel. It's safe to feel. It's safe to cry. It's safe to move through it.
So who's gonna try this tonight?
I think that I would like to start a petition to call the United States of America the States of America. We're not united. The abbreviation will be SA, which I think is very appropriate for this place.
Whose annoying child is this?
Kindergartner is doing something normal, showing her privates to her classmates, and now she's kicked out of the Valentine's Day party when other boys have showed their private parts and they won't tell me if they're in trouble or not or what, or if they're kicked out. But my daughter is definitely kicked out of the Valentine's Day party. I was literally getting ready to get snacks together with my baby. It's hard enough to do anything. My daughter loves Valentine's Day. I'm pissed. I'm so mad. I have to go pick her up from school for this. They literally said we're gonna punish her because this is the second time she's done it. I've had talks with her. Her dad's had talks with her. My aunt, who's a teacher, has had talks with her. I was a nanny. Okay? It's just normal. Kids do it. Like, don't make her stay home from her Valentine's Day party. That's so mean.
Your daughter is 6 years old. No, it's not normal, and you're worrying about the wrong thing.
Well, today is my 1-year HRT anniversary, and I was going to spend it with myself. I was gonna have dinner with myself. But I just got a text message from my landlord who told me that I will be homeless in 1 month. Again, so this is the third time in 1 year that I've been kicked out of my home. So I don't know, I'm just really sad about that. And also, isn't that awesome that I'm so sexy and I've only been on hormones now? Whatever, happy Friday, everybody. It's Fuck With Me Friday, so like.
Evicted 3 times in a year, and you don't think you might be the problem.
The Mason of the U.S. Army. I operate your nation's missile defense systems, but more importantly, my pronouns are she and her, and I am a woman of color.
Hey, quit screaming.
Lastly, if you care about our democracy, you will sign up right now.
Did he say woman of color?
You're afraid of Trump? You should see how afraid of Trump I am.
Can you wrap up, please?
I'm shaking right now. I don't want to be here.
Please?
I'm sorry, am I taking too long pleading for my life?
I speak as both the B and the T in the LGBT.
I do not want to be here. It's my day off. I do not want to be in your DMs. I do not want to be in your email inboxes. I do not want my creativity writing diss tracks like Kendrick. I don't want to spend an hour applying glitter on my face so that you will hear and see me. I want you to listen to me.
And I have narcolepsy, and I couldn't drive myself here, so I had to hide from my driver that I was in drag, which is not an easy thing to do in.
There was just so much going on, honestly.
You're broken down and tired of hearing all the news that's going around, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountain. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and you'll do it 1,000 times again.
Pulled over and cried today because of all the scary news out there right now and felt like we all needed this song. Lady, please just drive away.
I have a fairy who lives in my kitchen. His name is Cinnamon, and here are a couple absolute bangers he has dropped on me in our conversations over the last couple months. Good night, Cinnamon. Good night, not Cinnamon. That's not my name. I know. Do you want to know my name? Nope. Yes, he has an accent. Can I emulate it? No, I cannot. It's like a Cockney mixed with Australian. It's a thing. When I asked him about it, he said, I get round. I was like, and now you live in my kitchen? Yes, I do. Okay. Here's another one. Here's another one. All right, Cinnamon, hey, I will give you a little offering of this after I get this done, and I just want to make sure I don't forget to do this. That's all right. It's just your fairy brain. My what? Your fairy brain. What does that mean? It means your brain works like a fairy instead of a person. It was a Tuesday. Apparently, neurodivergent people have fairy brains. According to Cinnamon, here's another one. Here's another one. How do you like the new house, Cinnamon? I'm so glad you moved with her. It's great. There's no more of the shin here. What are shin? They're little fairies that ride on the back of mice. They're just as annoying to me as the mice are to you. We live near a meadow, and we had like literal holes in the wall of our house because they're renting. It was a whole renting situation. It was bad. But he was right. I had no idea about the fairies on the back of mice thing, though, or that they had a name. Like, some of the craziest, wisest things I've ever heard from Spirit has just dropped by my kitchen fairy at like 2 a.m.
Okay, call the doctors and tell them to bring a straitjacket. Well, that is a wrap, people. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.